A shooting star burns through the night sky, over the islands, archipelagos, and vast oceans of Toruna. Before it lands, however, it bursts apart and splits into 5 separate pieces, one to the north, towards the aching lands, one to the vast southern sea, one towards the volcanoes in the east, and one to the unexplored west. The final piece lands not far away from the curious eyes of several adventurers, a monk who shuns the sun itself, a triton looking for their home, a naga looking to break free of their bonds, and a goblin looking for companions.
So, when you say we're going to start, what was it, mid-city or some strange Latin word you used, how's that going to work?
In situ.
I'm confused. Did I say it wrong?
It means we're going to just jump in halfway through a conversation. It could be any conversation.
I thought you meant halfway. I don't know. My mind translated that to halfway through a sentence.
But I think the most appropriate place to start is Kylie asking when we're going to start and what in situ is.
That would be funny. Yeah.
Oh no!
So
I
you've
want to
sealed
come
your own
across.
fate, then.
I want to come
You're
across
going to be
as
the
an
first voice
intelligent
everyone hears.
and as well-spoken and cultured person in this podcast, which is not going to happen if it starts off with that.
The first voice they're going to hear is the cold open, which at this point they've already heard. That's the magic of editing, even though it's
amazing.
not actually recorded it yet.
Oh shit!
You know.
Well, so it's coming before all this. Wow, that was such a good cold open, Alistair.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed it, especially the bit about the Kraken. Like, didn't see that
Oh,
coming.
God, no.
I can't believe Jack's character's already dead.
Fuck.
What the hell?
I'm just gutted.
I hate this. Okay, I'm ready now. I've got my D&D shorts on. I've got my fisherman's hat with the words "Dungeons love me, dragons fear me." I'm ready to go.
Oh god, you know it's someone now that's made a cringy shirt like that.
Oh boy.
And if they haven't, we should.
Oh, I fucked that up. It should be Dungeons want me. Oh well.
Dungeons.
That was a joke. So at this point, the audience is probably wondering, who are we? What are we doing? Those are good questions.
That will never be answered.
As to who I am, that's none of your business, frankly. All you need to know is that my name is Alistair, and I am the Dungeon Master. Dungeon Master? Surprisingly not a BDSM thing. No, you'd think. Instead, I am the massive nerd who's going to run this. I've written a world, I've written characters, and then the rest of you come in and bulldoze through it. This is a story I've written where I don't know what the protagonists are going to do next, which makes it all the more exciting, I think. So the game we're running today is Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. If you're not familiar with it at all, that's absolutely fine. We're going to explain what we're doing as we go along. Generally, we roll 20-sided dice, d20s, and the higher number everyone rolls, the better. 20 being the best, that's a crit, and rolling a 1 is bad, that's the worst thing that can happen, and you slip on a banana peel and everyone laughs at you. D&D is many different things to many different people. To me, I view it as improv theatre, a way to explore narratives and characters and themes, as pretentious as that sounds. So don't expect dungeon crawling. Expect it to be pretty light on combat, but improvisational and roleplay heavy. Themes there is no in my D&D. How dare you? I have mixed feelings about the concept of lore, as my players might know, which is code for most of the time I've just made it up. As a group, we've played 3 campaigns together before this, and you'd think that would mean that we know how to play the game by now, but you'd be surprised.
As we learned in character creation, some people have yet to read the player's handbook.
Oh boy.
I can't read. I have said this many times.
The fact we all failed kindergarten as well, I think the odds are stacked against us. All DMs have a different style of doing things. I'm a fan of making clear at pretty much any point what the known stakes are. There will of course still be mysteries, but I like to map out the unknown so that everyone is on the same page, and I think this is conducive for decision making and fun. I don't know exactly how long this is all going to last. I'm expecting around 30 sessions, but I want there to be a beginning, middle, and end, so I don't think this is going to be an open-ended campaign. We'll try to keep references to campaigns we played before to a minimum. This is an entirely new world with new characters. I've spoken for a long time. People are probably sick of my voice. Someone jump in, introduce themselves.
I mean, if they're already sick of your voice, they're gonna have a hard
boy.
time with the rest of the campaign.
Yeah, just in for a bad time generally.
Sure. My name's Jack, and I've been playing D&D with Alistair for 2 years now. Is it? As most of us
It's been
has.
2 years.
Christ, I've been playing D&D separately for many years before that. I know the player's handbook back to front, so I will be the resident rules lawyer here.
Yeah, most of the time we just ask Jack what to do.
Yeah, that's me. I guess we'll see what my character is shortly.
How about we match another name to a voice? Kylie.
Oh, me? Oh, wow, this feels like school
The
where you
easiest
picked
one.
on to answer the question.
Yeah, you at the back there.
Oh, screw this. Yeah, so I've been playing D&D with Alistair as DM for about 2 years, and I had no idea what it was about before that. But it's fine, because like Alistair said, we have Jack to kindly guide us through everything that we don't know, because we're dumb and we can't read.
Oh boy. Tim. Some people in this group have very similar names, so I apologise. Also, very similar voices, which I do not apologise for.
Yeah, so I am Tim. I am a goblin who stole and replicated Alistair's voice box. So yeah, apologies if you do occasionally get confused. But I'm not DMing. I am one of the player characters. I have been playing Dungeons and Dragons for about 1.5 years now, with Alistair and the gang. I have listened to hundreds of hours of another D&D podcast, so it's like I was really familiar with it before actually playing it. And you don't, unless you already know me, don't need to know that much about me. I am a man, allegedly, go by he, him. And yeah, that's it. That's all you're getting.
Cool.
That's all you're getting.
So, I feel like there should be some context we need to lay out. Tim is my identical twin. He also uses the same model of mic I do. So if you get confused between us, I feel like that's on you. That's your fault. Do better. Now I've gaslighted the audience.
That's
Tom?
meant to be dunking on the DM, not dunking on the audience.
I can dunk on whomst I want, on whomst I please.
Yeah, and I am Tom. I've been playing D&D for about 2 years, and I make too many characters that I will never use. Such is my curse.
He's stockpiling them in his basement for no one else to use.
Indeed.
Now we've gone around this Alcoholics Anonymous circle.
Yeah, I think we can begin. So, if you've already heard the cold open or read the dossier that I sent my players before the start of this campaign,
Dossier.
we start with a scene of a falling star bursting apart and landing in the vast seas of the world of Toruna. So it's a world full of islands and various seafaring peoples who sail between them. So for cultural touch points, maybe think One Piece, or Wind Waker or Chrono Cross. Those are the sort of vibes I'm going for. This is our first campaign together where there are no cars or guns, so we're almost going back to traditional D&D. So, the opening scene is this. In the middle of the ocean, there is an atoll. A ring of sand and a coral reef. This is where your characters have tracked down the largest piece of the fallen star. So I'm about to put an image in Roll20, which is what we're using to do all of our dice rolls and using for our quote-unquote battle maps and for various images I put in. Obviously this is voice only, so I will do my best to describe images I provide from my players. But imagine a ring of sands, maybe the Bahamas, maybe the Maldives. It's paradisiacal. Is that the word? Paradisiacal. Like paradise. Sunny. Actually, that's not true. I've just lied. It's nighttime. And whose character first arrives on the scene, on this sandy atoll?
If you don't mind, I think it's more appropriate for mine to arrive later, so if someone else wants to go first.
Mm-hmm.
But don't
I
hold,
imagine
just
I'd be
jump
quite
at one.
slow as well.
Okay, shall I bite the bullet?
Bite it.
Yeah. So it's nighttime, you said, and this is where they found the Falling Star.
Yes.
Yeah, so on the shore, on that narrow ring of sand, there arrives a pretty simple boat, really not decorated at all. It's made of, made quite simply. The sail is a bit ragged, and it lands on the sand, and off steps a tall, robed figure. He is a human man. Of all the D&D races, I've gone vanilla to be a human, and he arrives and starts. He gets on with it. He's wants to be as fast as possible, and he's alert to see if anyone else has arrived yet. And yeah, he's searching.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not immediately obvious to you. I don't know what he was expecting, but there's not like a huge shell crater and like a fire or something. But you're pretty sure it's here. Maybe when you're wandering around, this is the time when the second player character arrives on stage.
Sure, I'll jump in. So out in the calm ocean, it looks like it's very still, but then someone's head just pops out the water, and just starts crawling onto land. It's dark, so you can't quite see it, but her skin is blue. She's a little bit slimy, and there are a few scatterings of scales across her face and her arms, and some fins going up her legs and around her elbows. And she just casually flops onto land, and starts trying to find. Do I see the piece immediately, or do I have to scavenge for it? All right.
No, I think you're going to have to do some scavenging. So
Okay.
maybe now it's time. Do you want to say what your race is? And maybe we can go into class as well.
Oh yes, she's a Triton and a bard as she plays the conch shell. And she is very, very far away from home.
Mm-hmm. So there are lots of different classes in D&D. So this character is a bard. They're all about using music to produce their magic. And Tim, do you want to go into your class? Your player character's class?
Yes, my character class is a monk in D&D. It's not like the most it's there is some magic involved, but a lot of it is doing fighting. And it's there's in D&D that it does provide you. What backgrounds can you pick? I've done one that will sort of be revealed as the story goes on. But yeah, he's trained to try to perfect his mind and body. And yeah, so he's capable in athletics, fighting, meditation, all that jazz. Yeah.
So yeah, so the image you have in your mind, if you say the word monk, it's probably actually quite close to just what Tim is going for. Would you describe them as looking sullen and austere? Because I think those words are appropriate.
You know it. I have decided to play the Edgelord this season. It's probably not the best word for it, but yeah, he's entirely covered in robes. His hood is like goes really quite down. So you're like, how can he even see like that? But yeah, that's his vibe.
So I think.
Sorry, I was just going to say. Also, for context, it might be worth mentioning. Some people may not have heard of what a Triton is for Kylie's character.
Yes. Yeah.
Think mermaids, but with legs, and they live under the sea and do whatever they do down there.
Yeah, part person, part fish. So like fish features with gills and fins and flippers and things, but like human
don't all mermaids live under the sea?
All mermaids do live under the sea as well. Listen, it's fine.
Pretty sure there was a whole movie about a mermaid not wanting to live under the sea. Just saying.
That's true.
I don't think so. I've never seen it. It can't exist. So if Tom and Jack's characters are arriving a bit later, how about we do our first roll of the campaign, and we have Tim's character and Kylie's character, who we haven't said their names yet. I feel like that would be helpful if they could make a perception check.
Is
so
this
there are
for
a
each
variety
other?
of skills in D&D. You're going to do a check to try and see where this thing might have landed.
Adamas, my character, rolled a 9, which is not particularly great.
Okay, not particularly great. Kylie, so your character rolled a 16.
Yes.
Yeah. What is your character name? What should we call her?
Sarah.
So that's not Sarah as an Sarah.
No, like Sarah, like S-E, yeah. Completely ripped off Fire Emblem.
Cool. So
as usual.
Sarah the Triton rolls 16 in perception. So I think you spot where it might be through the darkness of night, lit up by the stars. On the other side, there's a moving shape and a mass of something.
A moving shape, did you say?
Yes, something is moving.
What size does it look like? And how fast is it moving?
Hard to say. Maybe about human-sized.
Okay, she's gonna be a little bit more aware, but she's gonna start lurching towards that meteorite piece she sees. And what does the moving shape do as she goes closer to it?
Well, first of all, I want to establish, how do you react to the other character in the scene?
There's another character in the scene now? Oh, was he the moving shape?
No.
Adamas was here first.
I was like, already an encounter. So I'm Squid, and I'm like, hey, what are you doing here? Who are you?
Well, what are you doing here?
Oh, well, I thought, it reminded me of an old story of my tribe, and I thought, yeah, why not? Let's come in for luck. It's not every day you see a meteor fragment into pieces.
It is not.
And
I think you'll find that I was here first, and it is mine to claim.
Hey, I'm not claiming anything, alright? Okay, just back away from me with your creepy robes, just blended in the dark here, looking really creepy.
Yeah, he's going to do a big, roll his eyes silently and then
Underneath the hood.
continue looking, I guess.
The eye roll is the go-to for an edgy character. I like how you've included that.
I'm just gonna start sidling towards it, making sure my back's not turned towards him. I'm just like, look, I just want to look. Okay, maybe touch it. I don't really want it. Is that all right with you?
As you get closer, you make out what's happening. You see there is a bird-like creature in a small crater filled with seawater and seaweed, trying to dig something out, it looks like. And I'm going to put a picture of it now in the Roll20.
Oh boy.
I'm not sure what the scientific word is. It's a pterodactyl, pteranodon-like creature.
Is it a baby?
It's not a baby, no.
Does it look friendly? Can I make it a fan?
I've been known to put in baby versions of creatures in my campaigns before, but no. It's very large, spiky wings, long tail, long spiky beak. It looks lean and muscly with claws and talons. People know what pterodactyls look like. And I think it squawks and flaps its wings intimidatingly as you get closer to it. As in, back off. This is my thing.
I see its spiky looking beak and tail, and I do back off, actually. Actually, no, wait, can I whip out my conch shell and start seeing if I can calm it down with the power of music and sounds?
Okay, so there's another type of skill you have called animal handling. So this is going to be a difficult role to succeed, but you can give it a go.
Sure.
Maybe it likes music, you think?
Oh,
Maybe
I should have
the
asked Jack
pterodactyl is into
how
smooth
to.
jazz.
Yeah, I play some smooth jazz on my conch shell. Because I got Jack of all trades, I think you add 1 to my roll, like half efficiency
Oh yeah,
bonus.
I can set that up manually on your character
Oh,
sheet.
thank you,
Yes.
Jack. What would we do without
Yes,
you?
will.
Give me a sec. There we go. So now all non-proficiency
sweet.
stuff should use half your proficiency.
And she really needs it. Oh, 19.
Okay, that's a very good roll. So I think it's going to let you get closer.
Sweet, and I'm like,
so you can actually maybe see what's happening.
So
sweet, I'm like,
at this point, though, it's like when I saw it, I immediately hid from it and crouched somewhere, like where there was cover.
You're behind like a coral, a series of corals, or like a rock or something. So at this point, whilst you're peering closer, how about our other 2 actors appear on stage?
Yeah, Tom, do you mind going first?
Yeah.
I think I had some interaction in mind for your character, but it relies on them being there first.
Sure. So I think Herodias, as he is called, will arrive slowly in a rowboat, as you'll see why he's slow in a moment. As he approaches the shore, he sort of doesn't step out, more sort of slithers out, as you'll see that he is a naga, which is like a giant snake, but with a humanoid torso. And his hands are shackled together, which is why he was struggling so much to row before he would slowly make his way towards where the star had fallen.
So as you arrive, I think you see it's easy to get a good view of the whole place. You see Adamas, the human monk, hiding behind like a rock, as Sarah, the Triton, the fish person, is approaching this huge pterodactyl-like bird, as it's trying to dig through like a small like shallow dip filled with seawater and seaweed.
How big is the pterodactyl bird?
Hard to say. Like, it's nighttime and it's not like fully stood up, but it's similar in size to like you.
Okay.
And I think you're pretty big.
Yeah, I guess I would approach. I'll probably approach Sarah and see what's going on.
Yeah, so Sarah, as you got close, you can see there's something in the seaweed it's trying to claw at, but it can't quite get out with its clumsy talons.
oh,
It looks like there's a dull grey,
ow.
maybe cylindrical object tangled up in the seaweed.
So I'm like, oh, hey there, birdie. Oh, what can I get out for you? And slowly reach in towards the seaweed, checking that it's not going to start slashing at me. Am I able to get it out? Or is it very stuck inside?
So it's not, while it doesn't claw at you and do damage, it is going to bat you away. If you got any lower with your animal handling, I think you would have taken an attack right now.
Right, okay.
But, it's still like sitting over it, like a chicken watching over an egg.
Oh, I should have taken animal handling or friendship, or whatever that spell was.
You'll have regrets.
Yep. I'm gonna leave it for now, I think. Cause yeah, it's a big dinosaur thing.
Jack, do you think this is your time?
Sure thing. Okay, So you see, skimming across the surface of the water with no sense of subtlety or elegance or anything like that, two figures. One of them is a goblin, and he's dressed very like almost shabby, but like not really caring for his appearance so much. And he is riding atop his noble steed that you can only sort of make out through the water. It almost looks like he is, to paint a picture, riding on a jet ski or something like that, the way he's skimming across the surface of the water. But you know, jet skis don't exist. This is some sort of creature. And I think as I peer out over the atoll and I see the gathered people, I think, as you mentioned before, Alistair, Tom's character, Herodias, am I pronouncing that right? Herodias?
Yeah.
Herodias. He's probably the largest of the gathered people, right? He's a pretty big boy.
Yeah, he's like 10 feet long.
Oh, yes, okay. So you would probably see my character, Zigzag, spot you in the group, and his mount would adjust course, heading in a beeline straight for you as Zigzag draws a nasty metal spike of a sword from its holster. He's heading straight at you.
So he's clearly hostile.
Looks it, yeah.
Okay.
Amazing.
I will also draw my halberd from my bag.
With your shackled hands.
Yeah.
You can still manipulate stuff with them, right?
Yeah, I can still two-hand it.
Yeah, he can still hold objects and like do things, but yeah.
And you wait, do you?
Yeah, I'll just like brace.
Okay. As Zigzag reaches the shore on his mount, he like dips beneath the surface for a moment before springing out of the water on top of this creature that you can probably see more clearly now. A squig, for anyone who is unfamiliar, is basically a red bull with massive teeth. It's just a bull with a mouth.
Yeah, to be clear, this is not a D&D thing.
This is not a D&D thing, but Alistair let me have this little extra. So normally this red bull with a massive mouth would be propelled by two tiny little legs, but you see instead it seems to have like a series of tentacles that are propelling it through the water. But now it flies out, lands on the land about 10 feet in front of your character, Tom, in front of Herodias. And in a flurry of motion, the mount, like a Zigzag pulls on the reins, and the mount bows its head down so that Zigzag can plant this spike of a sword in the ground at your feet. And he declares out, "My name's Zigzag, and this is Red. We come looking for you, boss. We are your weapon, and we will crump whoever you command it."
I see. So, do you know who I am?
No clue, but we knew there'd be a boss here, someone to follow.
Right.
He looks around at the gathered crowd. Are these lot part of your crew too?
I'll just slowly back away, like, I don't know what this weirdo is, I don't want anything to do with him.
I love him already.
Sure. Let's go with that. How?
Brilliant then. What are we doing here, boss?
Right. Well, did you not see the star that fell from the sky?
Oh yeah, we saw that, and I said to Red, I said, "Oh, I bet there'll be some people there. I bet there'll be a crew that we can join, because everyone gets attracted to that sort of thing. Big shinies in the sky, right? That's why you're here. And I'm here because you're here."
I see. I'm not sure I quite follow that train of thought, but if you're happy with it, then I suppose that'll do.
I'm happy to be at your service, boss.
While this is happening, can Adamas slowly disengage and try to circle around the bird and attempt to stealth and grab a bit of the fallen meteorite?
Okay, so you want to try and make a dive for it and be stealthy about it. So yes, go for it. I think you get an opportunity to do this. Addis is fascinated by this sudden appearance of a small goblin riding atop this red ball with teeth.
Yeah, yeah. Adamas doesn't want to do much with these nerves that have just turned up, so I'm just gonna try and get it while it's distracted. 22, which is a good
22
roll.
is a very good roll. So I think you get up right behind it, and I think you can reach down and touch whatever this bird is protecting, and it feels like metal. And I think you can see its shape. It looks like a cylinder with something on top, and something maybe resembling a face or a head. And I think you grab this top bit, and do you attempt to pull it away?
Yeah. I won't look at it too hard because I imagine he'll have time to do that when he's got it safe. He's thinking, so yeah, he's just going to grab it.
Okay, so you grab it, and this thing immediately notices. And I think this is the first I'm going to say this campaign. Everyone roll initiative.
God damn it, Tim.
So before we get into combat, actually, how about we all go around once more saying our names and our player character names just for clarity,
Sure
and
thing.
maybe just list off your class and race.
Oh yeah, I did not mention my class. Apologies. So the name's Zigzag, riding atop my noble steed Red the Squig. As a ranger, that means I like to be in nature and speak with the beasts and all that. My last name's Squig Whisperer, because I'm really good at whispering to squigs and they normally listen. I'm a goblin, as you can see.
Yes. Okay. Tom?
Yeah.
Sorry, I got to
I love it. No, don't apologise. Never apologise, Jack.
So yeah, my character is Erodius, and he was once a wizard, but now is stripped of his magic, and is now a barbarian due to his bouts of bloodlust he occasionally falls into.
Ooh.
Ominous.
Okay, so maybe we'll see that situation come up. Kylie?
Yes, my character's name is Sarah Vosna. She's a Triton bard.
Cool. And Tim, once more, your name, your player character name, and their race and class.
My name is Tim. I am playing Adamas, who is a human monk.
Nice. With the stage set and our players on the scene, first up in this round of combat with the highest initiative is Zigzag Squig Whisperer.
So I'm imagining context to this. All of a sudden, the pterodactyl creature starts making a bunch of like a ruckus, right?
Yes, it is going to launch itself at you and anyone who is trying to take away this thing from it.
He will probably then shout over to Erodius, he part of our crew too, or is he an enemy?
It seems to just be some wild beast. I'd hoped we'd be able to avoid angering it, but it seems our friend here has other ideas.
So you want me to crump it then?
Seems that way.
On
I
it, boss!
think.
And I pull out a short bow and fire off a single arrow at this thing. Does a 15 hit?
A 15 will hit the thing, yes.
So 9 damage total.
Nice. So you pull out your short bow
Yeah.
and fire at it, and it hits true. It gives out a squawk in pain. Well done. You've hit the thing. So next up is Sarah.
Cool, I'm gonna go for a vicious mockery. Is that even gonna work here? I assume it doesn't even understand us.
I think Vicious Mockery breaks all language barriers anyway.
Cool, okay, just from the tone of my
Yeah.
voice, it knows I'm saying something
Yeah,
incredibly scathing.
It's just a vibe more than anything.
Is this a spell? Because I think we should make clear when we are.
Oh, yes, it's a
casting
cantrip.
spells against something.
And I'm also going to be Bard Inspo afterwards, but yeah.
So yeah, some D&D classes can cast spells, and some of them can cast cantrips, which are like level 0 spells, which you can do free and infinitely. So this one will do a small amount of damage.
And it has disadvantage on next attack roll as well.
So long as it fails
Okay.
the wisdom save, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so my pterodactyl bird has to make a wisdom saving throw, or be offended, I guess. Vicious mockery.
Yes, magical insults that transcend all barriers of language and intellect.
Yeah, gotta love it.
What is the insult? What do you say?
What should I say? Man, I should have thought that was how I rolled that spell. Shit. It's fine. Alistair can edit all this out so that I smoothly toss one off.
Now that you've said it, it's not getting edited out.
Fuck it.
Okay, so I've done a roll. It got 5, so I think that failed
Yes.
your spell save DC of 12. So how much damage does it take? 1d4 psychic damage. So yeah, roll that d4. Will take that much damage.
I think it's already rolled a 4.
Yes, it has.
Yeah.
Okay, so it has rolled that 4.
Yep. And I'm going to do a Bardic Inspiration, my bonus action. And I'm going to give that to, I think, Snake Boy in shackles.
Nice.
So I think now's a good time to establish how your Bardic Inspiration is going to be flavoured, because this is a pretty cool ability of bards. You can basically hype someone up, and they'll get a bonus to their dice. So what do? Do you bring out your conch shell again? Do you play another tune?
Yeah, you know the sound of, like, have you seen that Vine where it's got that goose and you like press it, it's like
Yes.
Yep, it's literally just that repeatedly blasted as it is.
I'm not sure that's inspiring.
Oh, it will be. It is. Somehow it is.
I mean, maybe if it's infuriating.
Yeah,
it
it inspires him to rage.
Oh, yeah.
I do like that. You just provoke him. Great, wonderful. So, next up, Adamas.
Yeah, so I imagine this big pterodactyl has weird up in front of him. So has he managed to get the thing in his hands?
Yeah, you've managed to grab it.
Cool.
And so we're in sort of like bullet time here. So you're right in front of it, holding this thing. You can obviously drop it if you wanted to do a round of punches, as monks do like to do in D&D. Or you can try and run out of its reach.
Adamas is someone who does use his fist. I don't think he could realistically believe that he could take on this pterodactyl in jiu-jitsu. So I love D&D.
Pterodactyl jiu-jitsu sounds like an 80s B movie.
I love that.
I want it to exist.
I love D&D. It's so dumb. Oh, okay. And then I'm going to spend a key point, I think, to do Step of the Wind. So yeah, I'll just read out the description. You can spend 1 key point to take the disengage or dash action as a bonus action on your turn, and your jump distance is doubled for the turn. So which one would apply here, dash or disengage?
If you're trying to get away from him without him
disengage.
attacking you,
okay,
you can disengage.
Yep.
Yeah.
That allows you to run backwards without triggering his attacks of opportunity.
So you disengage as a bonus action. That means you can get away without it hitting you. You spent a key point to do this. Key points are like the innate monk energy all monks have in D&D.
When you learn the monk vibes hard enough, you get the monk vibe energy, which is...
We can't do it. I feel like when vibe falls out of fashion, this is going to age this. I'm like, oh yes, this took place in 2020.
Vibes will never fall out of fashion. I don't know what you mean.
You have an action as well, so that costs your bonus action. Everyone will have an action and a bonus action on their turn. If you want to spend it just running away,
I'm just going to spend it running
you can
away. If like the main action is also running away, I'm going to do that.
Okay, yeah, you can basically reach the other side of this atoll. You can sneak away.
Yeah.
You fucker.
Okay.
I'm good at this.
Are you are you running for your boat? Or are you just trying to get away from the creature?
No, he's going to wander his boat. He's got what he came for.
Okay.
I think Zigzag, spotting this, will shout out, "Boss, one of your crew's running away. You should discipline him. Tell him to get back here."
First, we need to deal with this beast. I'm sure he won't get far anyway.
Yeah, so as always, talking is a free action. Whenever there's combat, always feel free to talk to each other, even if it's not like your turn specifically. So, Erodius.
Yes, I will charge towards it with my halberd in hand.
Mm-hmm.
Bring it down upon its head.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully. That's assuming I don't miss.
Okay. So that's a 10 you rolled, which does not pierce. It's surprisingly thick and scaly skin.
Ah.
It's natural armor. I think it might block it with its arm, where it's especially tough and thick. And now it is its turn.
Oh boy.
I think it's going to go for a bite. It's trying to munch Erodius as the closest person. So that's a 20 on its attack roll.
God.
I don't think you can see this. It
It's
rolled 20 to attack, which I
disadvantage,
presume is
right?
higher than your armor class.
Yeah.
Isn't it at disadvantage because of vicious mockery?
Oh, it is, yeah.
Oh, it is.
Oh.
Also, Tom,
with disadvantage,
you have
it
a
is also
D6
20.
die. D3.
It rolled a 20 into 23, which are very good rolls.
Oh, wow.
So Erodius is going to take 5 piercing damage
Ah.
as it retaliates. And yeah, there are strange like spikes in its beak, which get you. Not particularly deep wounds, but you do start bleeding. And I think it's going to start flying, and it has an ability called Flyby, where it does not provoke opportunity attacks when it flies out of an enemy's reach. So it's going to fly out of your reach and fly straight towards Adamas, who is trying to leave on a boat.
I should have anticipated this.
Okay, so that's the scene. It's midair, diving towards Adamas. We go to the top of the turn order again, and it is
Sorry,
zigzag.
I'm just imagining, the 39 steps with the biplane just sort of coming down on the ground and the guy running away. Oh, that's a deep cut, but yeah.
That's a deep cut. Okay, Jack.
Sure. So I'm not going to do much movement because Red is very slow on land right now with his squiddy tentacles. But he's probably going to slowly flop his way back towards the water as Zigzag lets off another arrow shot at the thing as it flies along.
Cool.
How dare you run away from the boss like that? Fight like a proper fighter, coward! And short bow. That's a 16 to hit.
A 16 will hit again.
Nice. For 8 piercing damage.
8 piercing. Nice. That's quite a powerful bow you've got there.
I've been rolling pretty good.
Okay. Next up is Sarah.
Can I minor illusion? Actually, no, wait, that wouldn't work. I was thinking
Are you
a
sure?
wall of rock, and then I was like, oh wait, it can fly. So possibly not the best idea. Can I minor illusion the fact that we're in a cavern? Would that work, or is that too much for minor illusion? Because it's just an
Minor
object,
illusion is
right?
like a 5-foot cube, I think.
I think-
Right. Never mind. Are birds scared of any? No, they're not. Maybe like a giant loaf of bread. Or always go for that. No. Okay, I'm going to do another vicious mockery. I think call it a coward. Say it's just running away from us.
Okay.
That is ugly. It's disgusting. Wait, are we expecting dinosaurs to exist in this world? Actually, or was this...
So, if anyone wants to know about this beast, that is a nature check. I'd allow actually nature or history.
Oh,
I
both
have
intelligence
many
based.
history.
Yay.
Yeah, I'm not great at those.
I'll give it a roll, but I don't expect to do too much.
Yeah.
What, you a ranger?
Ah.
Actually.
Yeah, but,
Um,
nature is
been
based on
through
intelligence.
this.
I have proficiency, but I have -1 to intelligence, so I'm not going to know much
Oh,
about
not 20. Alright, tell me everything
Nat
about this
20.
beast that you know.
Do we want to make this a group roll so we have Adamas rolls as well?
Adamus is busy running away from the said
Doesn't
giant
care what it is, he just
pterodactyls.
wants to
So
That's
leave.
fine. Absolutely fine. You can knock her. So, Zigzag rolled an 11, Erodius rolled a 9, which are not amazing rolls, pretty average. But then Sarah rolled a natural 20, a crit, with an overall 22. So, I think Zigzag and Erodius just have no knowledge. Maybe there's an island nearby where these things live, or something.
Don't look like any squig I've ever seen.
But Sarah, I think, knows that it is not native to anywhere around here. It's strange to see something like this here. You think it might have come from somewhere very far away.
Right. Interesting.
Maybe to the unexplored lands,
The
of which there are
lands
many,
before
towards
time.
the west. The land before time. The Good Dinosaur. Let's just name more dinosaur films.
Yeah.
Okay, so So I will make that wisdom saving throw for vicious mockery. That's a 17. So I actually survive this one.
Damn.
Okay. Adamas. You are now by your boat, and this thing is flying toward you. What do you do?
I'm gonna get on that boat as fast as I can. Well, in his mind, he's thinking, "Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!" And yeah, he's gonna do his action to get his boat ready, I guess, to leave. I mean, yeah, I imagine Alistair will be like, it catches up to you, and I'll be like, oh shit. But yeah, he'd know he's just trying to escape as fast as he can.
Alright, so I think I'll make you roll something to see how quickly you can prepare your escape with the boat. How about to set up, get your sailing rig ready, and whatever else. You roll sleight of hand?
Sleight of hand is Dex. Let's get it.
Yeah. Normally this is not a challenge, but doing it under pressure is
15.
15, so that's pretty good. So yeah, you think you can get the boat pushed out to the ocean before it gets to you, but yeah, it still might be able to catch up at some point. So you're preparing your boat. Erodius.
Yeah. I presume I'd be able to reach it in this turn. It hasn't flown off too far.
You can run towards it.
Yeah.
You can run towards the boat as it will approach it.
I think it is time to rage.
Oh boy.
So after taking that hit, you see Herodias's eyes appear to turn to slits as he just locks onto this creature.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to lunge towards it with a bite.
Ooh.
Oh wow.
14.
14 will hit.
Cool.
So where your sword failed, do you just drop your sword and just jump at it with surprising speed and strength and just gnaw at it?
That's 5.
Okay.
I low rolled that damage.
So, I think the scene is the camera's cutting faster and faster as Adamas is trying to get his boat ready, but the thing's approaching, and then suddenly, from the side of the screen, Erodius jumps onto it and bites it. It falls to the ground, and now it is going to let out a shriek, which almost bursts your eardrums. And can everyone make a Constitution saving throw?
Oh no.
I'm good at that.
21 from Erodius, 17 from Sarah, 16 from Zigzag, and 19 from Adamas.
Fred got a 14.
Red got a 14. So Red is the only one who fails.
Oh no! Red!
And Red is stunned. I don't think he can cover up his ears in time.
Yeah.
But you'll cover up your ears to dampen this piercing shriek. And it has clearly had enough at this point, and it is going to fly away.
Ooh.
And it is going to give up trying to grab this thing, as it is clearly not worth it. It has been shot, and it has now been bitten.
Oh, you dog, get back here! I want my arrows back!
Oh, they just lodged in it as
I
it flies
imagine
away.
so, yeah.
So we're not going to keep count of like arrows and things. I
Yeah,
never do.
fair.
I don't think that's fun, but I do like the image of like, oh no, my arrows have gone. Okay, so we're out of combat.
Oh shit, I technically think I would have had advantage on that. Here, nature check. Because it's a beast. And they are my favourite enemy. But we learned what we wanted to anyway. That's fine.
Yeah, I think with that crit, maybe there are a couple of things to add. Well, I think, well, you all know now that it seems to be intelligent. It seems to have a mission. So those are things you know about it.
Cool. It's also quite tasty, apparently.
You think dinosaurs taste more like snake or chicken?
Well,
Chicken, right?
I guess.
Yeah, but they're also like kind of reptile-y, I guess.
No, I think that's just our bad depictions of them. They're supposed to have feathers and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like a T-Rex, I guess it, like those
Yeah,
look
yeah.
like reptiles.
No, T-Rexes would have, like, feathers all over their skin.
Fuck, no
The Jurassic Park
way,
depiction
nah,
of a T-Rex is
bullshit.
just wrong.
I need sources.
they
give
will
me
look
give me
more
your
like a giant
academic
chicken.
sources, because
Hang
like,
on.
oh
Do you
my
know
god.
what?
T-Rex with
I mean, yeah, we only have
feathers.
skeletons
I'm gonna-
of them, so...
Like, I think they look much cooler with feathers.
Oh,
like, they look
is this
dope.
the great dinosaur debate of?
Oh, yeah.
Like, we don't
Apparently
know how
they
much
came with
fat
feathers,
comes
and I
from
know
those
that.
beds.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they do. Look up some pictures of T-Rexes with feathers.
Oh, of course
yeah.
I'm gonna do that.
I think they
That's
look really
amazing.
cool.
So they would definitely look and taste more like chicken. I
Can you
feel.
just put elevator music under this, as like you've been having this discussion and fade in and out without explanation?
Ooh, wow, these look like horrible geese.
As the pterodactyl-like creature flies away, things have now calmed down. Adamas is in his boat, ready to sail off. I think, yeah. What happens next?
I run up and I'm like, "What the hell, dude?" So you start this shit and then you run away, leaving us all in the dust.
Adamas is completely ignoring her, and like once the adrenaline sort of fades away, and it's like he realizes his heart was pounding quite a lot. He is going to look at what he grabbed.
Yeah. So you
Probably,
now
yeah.
get a decent look. So are you sailing away as you do this, or what?
No,
Or is
not
everyone else going to get a good look as well?
Not yet. No, he doesn't have a sense of immediate danger, so he's just going to be like in his boat, and then going to realise that he's been clutching it quite hard, and then is going to actually look at it.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to put in another image into the Roll20.
Oh boy.
What the hell was that?
So-
not expecting steampunk.
That's
Yeah.
If anyone has played the game Near Automata, I've put in an image of the torso of Pascal, the robot. So it's a metal cylinder with another cylindrical head-like top with what look like round eye pieces. So it's not quite as steampunk as this image suggests. I think it's more clean and sleek than that. But you've essentially got what looks like a torso with sockets where you think limbs might fit in, and what look like eyes.
how big is it?
So it's about the size of a human torso.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like a small tube he was carrying.
Yeah.
For some reason, I got it in my head. It was
Pretty
that,
big,
yeah.
but surprisingly light.
Okay. And so I imagine he's just going to set it down on like the floor of his sailboat and just look at it and try to compute what he's seen, I guess. Can I roll something? Insight or
I don't think I can give you anything with a roll here. I don't think that's going to accomplish anything. It is very obviously completely unfamiliar to you. You have no frame of reference for this thing, as do none of the other players.
I mean, I think it's not what he was expecting, so he might just sort of hold it up and ask the others, "Does this look like anything you've seen before?"
No, and I can't believe you risked all our lives for that. What's your deal anyway? You're not going to apologise?
Apologise for what?
Setting a gigantic bird on us, maybe? Eh?
I don't care. You chose to be here.
I smack it with my conch shell. With
Yeah.
the spiky part.
I'm not going to make you do an attack roll.
Oh, damn it.
Or have you done one already? What was that D4 for?
Isn't that improvised attacks? Like, that's a D4.
You have to roll
You have
to
to hit
hit
him
first.
first.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. That's just that D4.
So
17.
I can leave it to you. Okay, so you just rolled a D20 and you got a 17, which would probably hit an Amos.
Yes, it would.
So I
Conch
think
shell
this
coming
does
to the
connect.
face.
And there's a minor amount of bleeding.
You stupid girl. In any case.
Does he drop the fin?
No, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's on his boat, so it's like, doesn't really matter. In any case, I will take it back to my island. They will be able to determine what it is.
Oh,
Not
you're
saying
going
you'll
to
take
take
it
it.
exactly where boss says to
Hold
take
up.
it.
Yeah. On what grounds do you intend to claim ownership of that thing?
Yes, don't forget, we all fought while you did nothing except run.
The star, when we first saw it in the sky, it is a herald of things to come that you could not possibly understand. And I will take it to my people, and we will understand it. And with it, we will herald in a new age.
What do you mean, your people? Your boss is right here. Ain't that right, boss?
I don't know what you are talking about.
Well, This is your crew, right, boss?
I'll be honest with you, Zigzag. I have no idea who these people are. I just, you started saying things and I went along with it.
Well, they got to follow you, right? Because you're the biggest.
That's not quite how things work.
You hear that, Snotlings? He's in charge around here.
Snotlings? What do you call a Snotling now,
You should know your place.
Speak for yourself, little guy.
Regardless, I think that we can't just let you leave here with the thing that we all came here to find when you did nothing to claim it from that beast.
You saw I was the one to take it.
Yes, without a plan, thus triggering it to become enraged.
And put us all into shit.
And you're all still alive? I don't know why you're complaining. And he's just going to start getting the sail ready and leaving. He's done here.
Are we on the boat at the moment?
No, I think Adamus is the only one on the boat. As this is happening, as you're having this argument, the sun starts to rise, and rays of light fall onto the atoll and all of you, and this strange object. And as the sunlight hits it, its eyes light up, and it says, "Hi, welcome to Toruna. How can I help you?"
Yeah, it speaks!
By the gods!
Stab it, quick! What are you doing? How are you making it do that?
Adamas is terrified.
Most curious.
It's like sometimes I think, what would happen if you showed like a toaster to like a 13th century Danish peasant? I think this is very similar. It's like he doesn't
and the
know
toaster
what to
speaks
do.
as well. Is there anyone who can get on Adamus's boat? Like climb the rigging? I don't know how boats work.
Yeah, you can for sure.
Alright,
you can
I'm gonna
jump on.
heft my ass up there. And we're up to this in. Does Adamus let me like come up close to it? Or does he like snatch it away? He's like, no, fine.
So when the sun rises, he's gonna pull his robe even more over his eyes than he normally does, and he is shocked by it responding to the sun. And it can't be. It responds to the false light. I don't understand. How could this have happened? And he's sort of muttering to himself. So yeah, if you want to come on the boat, it's fine.
Cool, I'm gonna try and scoop that thing up. Maybe you can let me.
Hi.
Hello? Are you, what are you?
You can call me Mac.
I don't know what you are. What
My
are
functions are to... Does that help?
Yeah, that's very helpful. So what are you doing in that meteor?
I was...
I'm just...
It obviously starts glitching out as it tries to recall things.
Do any of you speak Thunder?
Thunder.
That's what it's doing, right? It's being all brrr and...
Yes, it is a curious thing indeed. Does it appear at all magical? Like, I don't know, is there like a faint sense of magic around it?
You're not sure?
Yeah.
It might be.
Okay.
Adamas is going to pull himself together a bit and ask, "Who do you serve?"
I was created by... Oh dear. My memory and language cores must be corrupted or missing. Please reattach my lambs. I do not detect any lambs nearby. This makes me feel sad.
It's still...
He speaks pretty good for a can of beans.
Well, if
Cans
by
of- do
nonsense
cans
you
of
mean
beans
good, then
exist?
yes.
What did he say his name was? Sorry, I missed that.
My name is Mac.
Mac. Okay.
M-A-K, for those keeping score at
Oh,
home.
I put M-A-C. Oh, aren't I an idiot?
I just walk up the boat and I'm like, you know what, that weirdo can have that thing. I don't know what's going on. I don't want to get involved in this.
Well, Mac, you lost, little buddy. Where'd you come from?
I come from.
Okay, where you heading?
I don't know.
Well, you're in luck, because we got a bit of a crew together here, working under boss.
There's no crew here.
Every crew
there's
needs
no
more
boss.
people. More boys.
Boss?
Yes,
Yeah.
I am apparently the boss. It's a working title.
Because he's the biggest.
If you are in a position of authority, I have an urgent message.
Oh,
Unread for days.
A message.
Missing. Requires replacement. Power will not be restored until replaced.
Power.
Well,
What does that
whatever
mean?
this thing is, it appears to be incomplete. Perhaps some of those other stars we saw streaking down were the missing parts.
Please reattach my lambs.
Well, in any case, it seems that you, Adamus, don't seem to have any idea more than we what this thing is, so...
So, the other fallen stars, they were other parts of you. Is that what you're saying?
Quite possibly, yes. I am now in several places.
Are you able to locate the other pieces, or you just know that they fell somewhere?
No, we will have to find them.
Road trip.
Well, that seems like a worthy endeavour. Wouldn't you all agree? As he gestures around to the group.
One question. Why are your hands shackled together? Are you one of those criminals? Did you do crime?
Well, I suppose technically what I did was illegal, but the laws themselves are up for question.
What did you
Are
do?
we doing crimes now, boss?
Not quite.
I'm pretty good at doing
I
crimes.
suppose, in the interest of trust, I shall be candid with you. I was, up until recently, enslaved by a group of individuals, and they placed these shackles upon me. It's only
Oh,
in the recent weeks that I made my escape.
God, that's awful. Oh my God, you poor thing.
Well,
Let me see if I can get these off for you. Do they? I guess they're made out of metal though.
So they're like made of like sort of stone and wood, but also the fact that his clothes seem very ragged, but these shackles seem to be completely pristine condition. I'm afraid they're quite unbreakable. I've tried myself many times. Magical enchantment.
No. Well, I'm very sorry about your situation. I don't know if people could be like that.
Yes, it's quite the devilish industry. Regardless, I am free of it now, and free to pursue my own endeavours, such as this. Perhaps you'd like to join us as we gather the remains of this artifact.
I suppose.
I am a person. I am not an artifact.
You are whatever
Interesting.
boss says you are. Beans.
My apologies, Mac, was it? I wasn't aware you had such sentience. I thought this was more of a enchanted device, but yes, I shall treat you as the individual you deserve to be, then.
Thank you.
Such a strange messenger to be sent to us like this. But if it's the only way,
I sign a
And
lot to.
That thing, the flying thing, was that part of your crew before you ended up with us?
Who's that to?
To the robot, to the machine.
I have no recollection of flying Bob.
Yes, I imagine it was just some beast that had taken a fancy to it.
Maybe we shouldn't go looking for the other meteors, because what if there are also gigantic bird beasts there waiting to rip our eyes out?
But look
And
at
we'll
this,
crump them like we did this one.
and look at this Mac. He is clearly
He's kind of growing
Some
on me, I
alien-
guess.
design. It's discovery of a century.
Can I, wait, I'm gonna ask back. Do you have any hopes and dreams back? I want to see how far your sentience extends.
My hopes are to be helpful to anyone who asks me question.
Can we ditch
Don't we
the...
all, Beans? Don't we all?
I know things, and I observe.
Yes, well, I don't think we're going to get much answers while he is in this incomplete state.
Well, boss, you give the word. We'll sail out for wherever. Did anyone actually see where the other bits of light fell?
Yeah,
The shinies.
that was to be my
Okay.
next question.
So before I lay out your options, can you all make a perception check, please?
You know I love to perceive. My
4.
favourite thing.
I can see some stuff with a 13.
Fuck.
So we have a 4 from Erodius, a 4 from Adamas, but that is a botch.
Yep.
And we have a 13 from Zigzag and a 16 from Sarah. So what I think happens is this. Sarah sees this thing and can give a warning, but I think Adamas is too caught up in his own thoughts
Oh yeah, absolutely.
about this messenger that an arrow suddenly hits between his legs.
Oh my
And
god.
what is clearly a warning shot. And you hear a voice and a flash of blue streak across the sky. In the name of her serenity, Shiva of Arda, turn over everything you found to us. And before you stands proudly an Arakokra, a flying sort of humanoid. And I'm going to put in a picture as well into the Roll20. The image I've used for this fellow is Cass from Breath of the Wild, a very colourful parrot-like humanoid, bow in hand, flying around you, shooting warning shots. And I think Sarah also sees, with her good roll, more boats coming
Shit.
in the distance.
We have to go now.
Wait, give it to me,
yes,
I can
mean,
hide.
You can hit one of us with that.
I will do, if you don't surrender to us immediately.
I look over to Herodias. I'm guessing these aren't yours.
Afraid not. And then he will shout up to the Arakokra, hold your fire! We don't want any more combat here.
Neither do we, as followers of the one chosen by Tokar himself, the Creator. Drop all of your weapons, and we shall have no ugliness.
Heretic.
I think we should do as they say. Unlikely we'll be able to outrun them.
Can I try and sidle up and to Mac and grab him and jump in the sea and just dive underwater swim away? Because fuck this.
Oh my lord. Oh my lord. Sure. Okay, so do you want to do this? Is this a stealth roll you're looking to do? Do you want to do this unseen, or are you just trying to get away as fast as possible?
Preferably unseen.
Okay.
But these guys are annoying me. And Sarah was made for great fun, so she thinks, finally, it's my time to shine. So,
Okay,
stealth,
yeah,
I guess.
roll stealth, and we'll see how good of a
Shit.
dive you do.
Oh.
So I think that's a 10 on your stealth roll, so I think this would have been a good dive if you weren't carrying this huge hunk of metal.
Yep.
So I think you plop into the water.
Damn. Oh. Okay. I'm going to use my control animal to cast fog clouds, and in that chaos, I'm going to swim away.
Okay.
So
you're
control
going to
air and
swim
water,
away?
yeah. Control air and water at level 2 lets me class fog clouds, and I can't do that again until I long rest.
Okay. So just you're covered in this fog. So he would have shot at you, but he now can't see you. But I don't think this fog cloud extends. Well, how long does
But
it?
I
How far does it
can
extend?
I can
30
breathe
seconds,
underwater, so he's not going to be fucking seeing me because I'm going to be deep down under the sea. Eat that, third person.
Okay, so Mac shouts, "What is happening? Help!" And then as you take him under the water, he powers off.
Oh, back! Are you alive? Oh no, I've killed someone. Oh no. I pop him out and run out because I saw covered by fog. Does he seem like he's going on again, or Is he forever dead?
So how about you do some sort of intelligence check to see like how this works, or Arcana check. Arcana would be fine. Yeah, make an
Okay.
Arcana check. Okay, so 15. Yeah, I think you make the connection between him being on and sunlight. So I don't think you're familiar with the concept of solar power.
Right.
But if you bring him back into the sunlight, he will turn on again.
Okay, cool.
If
So,
not-
well, I'm gonna carry on. I should probably let these guys know where I am. Right. Well, too late for that. I'm sure you find me somewhere.
Boss, the blue one's taken the tin can.
As
Well, that was
Adamas has
certainly
always
unexpected.
Adamas has already started getting the sails and sort of going towards the following. Yeah.
You can't see me underneath the sea.
Or,
We know in the rough direction you went, but that's
I
about
guess,
it, I
yeah.
think. isn't it?
Okay, cool. Well, I'm gonna
Yeah.
carry on swimming away. I don't know what I'm doing. I started panicking now that I'm like, oh shit, why did I do this?
Well, has the plans
Why
changed,
d-
boss? Are we running?
I mean, I suppose so. We don't have much of a choice now.
Okay.
Zigzag will probably rear Red around and like drag him back towards the water, where he suddenly takes off with pretty nippy speed.
Okay, so he's been on red this whole time.
You definitely haven't seen Zigzag climb off of Red at any point
Okay.
so far. But yeah. Zigzag has been continuously riding Red around the whole time, and even Red is very slow on land right now because he's got like tentacles as opposed to feet.
Right.
So you set off. You pursue Sarah, who has elected to take Mac herself
For a lovely
and
walk on the
swim
seafloor.
away.
Yep.
Okay. So there are several parties now converging on her location.
I'm just like, shit. Why do I not think before I act?
Okay. So the boats in the distance are getting closer and closer. They're heading towards the same point as you all are. And this blue Aarakocra is also flying overhead and going to follow.
How is... Can I go deep enough that they cannot see me?
So I think the water's actually pretty shallow around here.
Balls. Any coral reefs I can... How tall do you... I guess they're quite short. Any kelp forests I can hide and weave my way underneath.
Yeah, atolls are basically circular coral reefs. So yeah, there are coral reefs around.
And are
And
there
kelp
any sharks or any creatures that are predators? Or maybe a whale, even if I'm lucky.
Now you've mentioned it, there definitely are.
Whales or just sharks?
So what are you thinking?
I'm
Like,
thinking
what
swarm
part
of
do you think
fish.
they're gonna
Swarm
play?
of fish to cover me. If there's a whale, I would love to have it land on one of their ships. That would be great. If there's sharks, if anyone tries to get in the water to grab this, I send in some fucking shark boys after some fresh meat. Although it doesn't mean I can control them; it means I can communicate.
You can
So
ask
I
them
don't know.
nicely.
Yes.
Okay, so the next thing you do is try and speak to a shark.
No, I'm trying to get a swarm. I'm trying to get any swarm of fish to sort of cover me, to sort of like muddy the waters while I'm hiding within kelp as well.
Okay.
So
Okay, so you try and
I'm like,
find
dance fish,
some
dance
kelp.
for me, as I blow
Okay,
my
so you try
conch
and
shell.
find some kelp.
Yeah,
But you think you might be seen from above, so you go, okay, fish, just
Right,
kick
swim-
up some dirt,
swim
just
for me.
swarm around,
Yep.
you know.
and if any of them try and go in the water, that's when I'm gonna bring out the sharks and the predators and poisonous jellyfish and blue-ringed octopus and whatever is poisonous down there and dangerous.
So I think the Aarakocra starts circling above you, and I'm not sure if you can hear from this far away, but the rest of you can hear. You have to come out sometime, ruffian. Give it up. It's over.
I'm going to throw a dart at the Aarakocra.
Why?
Shit. Oh,
I thought he was gonna
God.
throw it at me for a sec.
Yeah, so I've got, as a monk, I get darts for some reason. That's how D&D works, I guess, but I'm sort of flavouring them as, like, these are little obsidian shards.
Yeah, darts could be any sort of projectile
Yeah.
in this sense. It could be like shurikens or like throwing
Yeah, so they're
knives,
like
those
little
sorts of things.
shards of obsidian glass, and yeah, yeet.
That's a crit. That's a 24 to hit. So that's 6 damage taken. You hit him good.
Yeah.
Does he fall out of the air? Yeah, no, I think he tumbles down. I think he gets his feathers wet, and I think, loses the ability to fly for a little bit.
Nice.
And cries out in pain and goes, I will not retaliate. I will be the better man. We're going to come for you anyway.
Are we
Look.
the baddies?
There she is already. And a boat bigger than all of yours, flanked by a few other smaller boats, now arrives on scene. And the big distinguishing feature on it is that there is a palanquin, if you know what those are. I'm forgetting what the other words are. You know when someone's carried round by people who are holding up like a wooden box and
like
they sit in it.
Big chair that you carry around. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's that on the boat. There are some more people. I think you see a couple of other Aarakocra. I think there's a couple of humans. They're all dressed pretty plainly, almost similar to like the monk robes Adamas is wearing.
Do I recognise these lads?
History check.
History. Yeah, 21.
3.
Okay, so the zigzag, and I think Sarah can roll on as well.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, let's make this-
history coming up. That's a shit roll.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay, so we have a 21 from Herodias, 3 from Adamas, 9 from Sarah, and 19 crit from Zigzag. So that's very good. So Herodias and Zigzag know all about these people.
I think Zigzag may have rode with these people at one point before being kicked out.
So yeah, Zigzag has travelled around a lot, trying to fit in with different groups.
Didn't last long most of the time.
Did not last long. And I think Herodias, as an intelligent person, knows what their deal is as well. So these are what might be described as another religious cult. I think you're all familiar with the belief, the religion, in the creator deity Tokar, who many people believe to have created the world. And these are followers of what they believe to be someone chosen by Tokar. And you heard the Aarakocra say the name Shiva. And as you recall this, the palanquin in the large boat opens. And first of all, what comes out of it is sand.
Huh.
Sand just pours out before a very slim, slight figure steps out of it. And I think Herodias and Zigzag, you know, this has to be Shiva herself.
Look. If this was about the holy water, it was that colour when I found it, okay? What does she do?
So first of all, to give a vibe to all of you, I'm going to put her image in Roll20. So she is wearing what looks like light armour and a veil. So the image I've used for her character is the Dancer of the Boreal Valley from Dark Souls 3. That's the touch point I'm drawing from, but not quite as big as they are in that game. Definitely human-sized, small even. And what would she respond to Zigzag?
Look, I quit, okay? I'm not a problem anymore. It's fine. Just, what are you doing here?
There is a chance for forgiveness if you follow the law and what Tokar instructs us to do.
Yeah, but he instructs you to do so many things. It's hard to keep track of them all.
I don't believe so. They're quite simple, really. Do not draw weapons against anyone else if not necessary, and work and strive towards peace at all times. Without my laws, this world will be plagued with violence. So please, I am asking you to turn to us what you have found.
I mean, We technically don't own the whole island, so we can't really turn it over to you.
Did you not see it too? The fallen star?
Oh, the shiny, yeah. Where'd that go to, boss?
And Herodias just sort of glances at the cloud of dust on the ocean floor. Why should we turn this over to your people? What ownership do you claim to have of it?
Understanding is not necessary. One must only follow the law and the will of Tokar.
And what if I do not understand the law?
Well then, I ask you should meditate on it. And around her, the pile of sand that had fallen out of the palanquin starts moving, like, on its own.
Upon hearing meditate on it, Madame Adamas starts laughing. You know nothing, heretic. You know nothing of what this means, and nothing of what is to come.
Ah, a follower of the deceiver Prometheus. You do not follow teachings from the heavens, but instead, its corrupted shadow, manifested in humankind.
I follow the light of the true sun, and soon it will return, and soon you will be burned away.
I don't believe so. She turns to the sun now rising in the sky. For a false sun, many living beings depend on it. It is the sanctity of life that I am concerned with. I simply wish to stop conflict. Here, look at us, fighting over this. It does not have to be this way.
The life that lives under the light of the false sun is corrupt and ignorant. And that life shuns its true nature that is hidden and locked away. It does not want to know the truth that lies within it.
Yet, as you live under the light of what you call the false sun, can you not help but commit evil acts of violence? Does the cult of Prometheus stand in my way?
We only defend ourselves. And if that ends up being in your way, then I'm sorry. But whatever needs to be done will be done.
And I do what I need to do. Tokar has spoken to me and revealed the truth. I have been entrusted on a mission, and yours is to trust in me.
I kind of want to throw another dart.
Do it.
Yeah, you can say, do you want to throw a dart?
Yeah, it's like at this point, yeah, it's like time. Nothing's gonna come of talking.
Yeah, so we're having this serious philosophical debate. Like the boats have drawn closer to each other. Sarah is below. Let's say you can hear this. The water's not that deep, and people are speaking loudly to like talk to the other boats. So Adamas, you throw this dart. The sand reaches up and forms an arm, like in the air, and catches it.
In this commotion, can I sneak under her boat and sabotage the underside of it? Make it not waterproof anymore.
Oh my lord. Okay, sure, yeah. What do you want to try and do?
And are there also any poisonous jellyfish lying around? Any sharks? Maybe a very, very venomous, poisonous ox. What's toxic? What I don't know what the actual term is.
So you're looking for something poisonous.
Jellyfish, octopus.
Sharp?
Oh yeah, both. Anything dangerous or anything with pointy stings. And I believe an octopus. Actually, no, that's a little bit too cruel. But yes, any potential weaponized sea creatures.
Actually, I think. So the Aarakocra was hit by a sharp obsidian dart in the water just above you.
Right.
And the Aarakocra has now climbed onto a boat just to like receive medical attention and like dry himself. And I think this dart has fallen onto the seafloor, so you can pick that up.
Sweet, I do have a sword, but yeah, I can hack away with the darts. And just be like, call out for any sharks, be like, there's gonna be a bunch of meat poured in if you wanna take some nibbles. Coming right up. And I start trying to smash my way into the wooden underside of the boat.
So, after this sand has caught the dart in the air after forming into an arm, I think Shiva, on the boat you are now attacking,
Yep. Underneath it,
like,
hopefully hidden.
looks down.
Oh dear.
So you can't really. So the rest of you on the boat cannot tell like their expression because of the veil they're wearing. But looks up and says, "It is in our nature to commit evil acts, isn't it? We need laws to help guide us."
I continue
And-
smashing the boat. I don't like this person. So I was
So
like,
the sand now flows, travels. It seems to have a mind of its own
underwater.
into the water.
Okay, I'm gonna skedaddle out of here. Dash away. Mac tucked under my arm.
Before I can describe what it tries to do, like this,
Damn straight.
like, I leave.
Leave. Fuck this.
Don't
I'm
want
out.
to be here.
Not
I'm out of
emphasise
God.
enough how cowardly this
shit
D&D
out of
party is, and I love it.
Okay, so I think there's going to be a brief chase, as I presume are you gonna take Mac with you
Oh, 100%, yeah.
and swim? Okay, so I think
Yep.
your swimming speed is going to be lower, which is I think
Is it not lower than the sand? That somehow.
yeah, the sand is traveling surprisingly fast through the water. It's like obviously sand like clumps up if it's wet, so it's like forming this long tendril.
Alright. Is there a fast fish that can carry this? Like, it's large and can carry its jaws? I don't know how large this thing is, this robot thing.
Okay, so no, I think immediately the first roll you're gonna have to do is athletics to get away.
Athletics, fuck. Right. It's
Swim.
15.
Okay, 15. Yeah, you just get out of its reach, so you can keep on swimming. And I think after a short while, it like retreats from the water back up.
Right. No boat
Um,
attacking is going to happen after that. Screw that thing.
And Shiva says, "Wherever you go, we will find you. Our followers are everywhere."
That's fine. I'll just remain under the sea for the rest of my life. Out of spite. Screw you, Shiva, and all you stand for.
So, I know yesterday when we were talking about our characters, you mentioned Sarah was around 17.
Yep.
So I think that's a very appropriate thought for a teenager, like out of sight,
Yeah.
I'm going to live underwater.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I like it.
I gave her the finger from underwater. I don't know if she can see it. I think I've probably gone into hiding again. If there's any hiding places available. Or any cover.
You can try and search for cover for sure.
Yeah. Like more kelp
Yeah,
forest,
use those
like
fish to like.
use fish, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So for the rest of you, the sand retreats out of the water, and it starts forming the shape of arms and legs, and becomes a figure as it approaches your boat, traveling through the air.
Can we make the boat go away from this thing?
Swim, boat, swim.
Okay, so I'm trying to figure out what roles you could make. So I think you will have the ability to operate boats, but I'm gonna need ideas as to how you try and deter
So
this sand approaching you.
Zigzag isn't in the boat. He is like self-propelled via red. Can he like sort of interpose himself between the boat and the sand? Like
For sure.
maybe like splash up a bit of a spray of water, try and like scare it back or something.
Yeah, for sure. You can splash water on it, and clumps will like fall away from it for a bit before reforming, so that can slow it down.
Aye, no amount of magic sand is going to get past me to get to boss. Okay?
Erodius, Adamas, is there anything else you want to do
Oh, there's much I can
to
do.
deter this thing?
I feel like
Or do you just want to...
I'm just desperately sailing the boat as fast as I can and following.
I can try and
Oh,
swipe at it with my halberd, I guess.
Are there any large fish that can also add to the splashes that Zigzag is doing? So, you know,
for sure. Do you want to talk to a big fish?
yeah, I'd be like, oi, stop doing that jumpy thing you guys like to do.
Okay, so is this just an ability you have? You don't need to make checks for it.
Yeah, but you can always refuse. Like, it's just communicating to them. They don't have to do what I say. Like,
The rules of the ability is you can speak to fish.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's not
no,
mind control per se, but like.
so
it depends
I
on
guess
how amicable the fish are, I guess.
to
I do like that. You
incentivize,
can
I could be
excite
like,
some fish.
jump, and I'll give you these treats I have stored in my pouch over here as like some sort of incentive for them to do what I ask. Because otherwise, like, why the hell would you? Like, some random person in the street was like, do some jumping jacks, you'd be like, fuck you, you weirdo.
Okay, so yeah, I like it. So Zigzag is splashing around on Red the Squig. The boat's trying to pull away as fast as possible. Shiva, her boat, and the other boats with them are going to follow as well. But some of the sand is going to make it onto the boat. So it was trying to form a fully humanoid figure. But I think half of it doesn't make it because some of the sand has fallen into the water. And it seems like... So, you know Spider-Man 3 and the sand person?
Sandman.
The comparison has to be made at some point. It looks like whatever you do to the sand, like if you throw it away, it will come back to itself, but that does take some time.
Yeah.
I am going to put an image. So I've called this thing Sand Golem .jpg. So I think that should be a pretty good image.
Yeah.
For those listening in. It looks like a construct made out of sand. And Shiva says, "You stand in the presence of Tokar himself. There is nothing you can do. Now is the time for penance."
Wait, what happened about you not wanting to fight us? You said no, you peace, right?
Oh, but we are peaceful.
He doesn't look very peaceful.
So, Erodius, you mentioned like slashing it with the blade. If you try that, essentially nothing happens.
Yeah,
it's sand.
so.
It goes through it.
Mm.
You're gonna have to figure something else out. And the sand's pulling around this thing. It's in the boat, and it's going to try and start constricting you as the sand weaves around your legs, for those of you on the boat.
I don't have legs.
Or your one single big tail. You know what I mean?
Can I try and like grab it?
Yeah, you grab it. For every bit of sand you try and grab, there is always more.
This is a construct, isn't it?
Well, Shiva's just claimed it's Tokar himself, the creator deity.
Because I want to cause fear to get it to leave. I have
Okay.
a feature being a variant human, which is just sometimes when building a species or with your race in D&D, you get various features, and one of mine I chose is Shadow Touched, so I get the spell Invisibility and also something else, and I chose Cause Fear. So you awaken sense of mortality within a creature you can see in range, and must succeed a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, so importantly it says a construct or an undead is immune to this effect.
Hence why I asked.
You immediately
It was a
know
construct.
it is immune.
Oh.
God damn it.
So it's undead.
Wait. Boss, I have an idea. It doesn't like water, right? So just sink the boat.
Yes, that kind of leaves us in another problem though. Then we won't have a boat.
Ah, you're right. Didn't think of that.
Okay. At this moment, as Erodius and Adamas are being constrained, and Zigzag, you just doing circles on the boat.
Yes. Zigzag
Yeah.
is keeping close to the boat, but he's not really sure what he can do at this point.
Yeah. This region of the world is known for its sudden storms, and it looks like one is happening
Oh,
now.
Boy.
clouds start to form overhead, and immediately it seems like the grip on you by the sentient sand is loosening.
Is it with like rain that's coming down, or
Drops of rain are starting to form.
Excellent.
So I think now it's time for a strength saving throw, Adamas and Erodius.
cool
Cool.
Christmas?
22.
12.
22 from Erodius, 12 from Adamas. So Erodius immediately, you whip your tail around, you can break free. Is there anything you do in particular as the sand starts to retreat?
Is Adamus still constricted?
He could do a
Yeah,
help.
I'll go help Adamus. Don't know how I do that. Just kind of grab clumps of sand.
Yeah, it's moving around almost like trying to fight you, but it does seem to be retreating.
Excellent.
I think it's scared of lightning, guys. It's scared of the weather.
I imagine the rain's not helping it much.
In the distance, a thunderclap.
Yeah, Adamas is ignoring thunder and is just trying to wriggle and just get off me. And yeah, trying to shake it off. And if it eventually does, then yeah, he's just gonna go keep on following with the boat where Zero is going.
Mm-hmm. So, the boat pulls away from Shiva and her boat, and the other boat with her. You seem to be saved by nature itself.
Hell yeah.
And I think you hear the cries of the Blue Aarakocra as he shouts, "You rapscallions, you ruffians, you scoundrels, we'll find you." And as you pull away, I think you just see Shiva standing on the boat, head down, veil on her face, as sand lies around her.
Credits rolled?
Is that credits? I'm not sure.
Okay.
Success.
Sarah can obviously join the party again,
Uh,
if you would like.
so I pop up and I'm a little bit sheepish. I'm like, I don't know what I was doing, to be honest. I just act before I think, because it's good to act, except for not in every case, as you can see. Who are those weirdos anyway? Going on about Toka and the truth and law and all that stuff.
Heretics to be discarded.
Can I do like a history check to see like what I know about Shiva and her whatever her thing is?
You did do a history
Oh, I
check.
did.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
huh.
I don't think it was a great history
Yeah,
check.
yeah, I don't think it
You
was.
got a 9, but Zigzag and Erodius seem to be experts on the subject.
Yes, they seem to think themselves the chosen people. Certainly rules for thee, indeed. The way they fired upon us first and then preached of peace.
They also like to really tell people what to do.
Yeah, I noticed that. I wasn't a
Like-
fan of it.
Like you got to pay into the church and don't pee in the holy water.
Oh, I started to like you now. Piss in the holy water. I can get behind that.
It just looked like a toilet. I mean, I didn't do anything.
Other than piss in the sacred holy. Sure.
Regardless, I think we'd do well to avoid them as much as possible.
How can you though? We're sailing on a ship in open waters. I mean, they're going to be really easy to spot, especially with the flying scouts they've got.
I'm sure there are ways. Friend here, as I turn to Adamus, seems quite opposed to them. Perhaps he might have some
Friend?
method.
So out character, what you're asking of him?
Just saying, like, does your religion often have ways to avoid contact with Shiva's people?
We keep.
You can make something up. You can just say we
keep
avoid them.
ourselves. We ignore them, or they are irrelevant.
Ignore
And
them.
Yeah,
You say as you threw darts at them.
Yeah, I mean, basically saying it's like they.
Nice shot, by the way.
Like if you know like the monks and his cult, they like very much keep to themselves, and you very very occasionally like go out and trade for things they like really need. But that's it. They don't. They do not go out of their way to start beefs with the other people, but if they do encounter them, it's going to be pretty hostile, as they, have pretty different worldviews, I think, is established.
Okay, so now you're probably wondering where to go next. So, when you saw the fallen star fall from the sky and split apart, one part of it you found, it happened to be near you at the time. One seemed to travel south. One seemed to go north towards the aching lands, an explored part of the world, but perhaps not the nicest place. One part of it went west towards the unexplored lands, and one, probably the closest to you right now, went east towards the volcanoes.
Ooh. Are we pretty central on this map you provided us then?
Yeah, you are pretty central. So obviously you do not know the exact locations, you don't have scientific instruments, you only judge this by eye. And so if you do want a more reliable source of detailed navigation and methods of location, another option for you is to go to Opal City, the largest settlement in Toruna.
That's going to have a lot of Shiva's people, right? The followers of Toka.
There are also a lot of other people. It's the most populated place, a sort of melting pot of the different nations in Toruna. So there, you could try to find someone who would have more precise measurements for you, or you can try to go to one in the east, west, north, or south. All of these are valid options. So how I've laid out my campaign is that the situations in each of these locations will change over time. So if you leave one place to last, who knows, someone else might have found the limb you're looking for already.
Yeah.
So there's that to keep in mind.
Well, we know those people are scared of the weather, right? So we ain't got long before the storms go away.
Yeah, let's hoof it.
Yeah, I think Adamas, he probably just wants to get to the one closest, if that would be the one in the east. But also, maybe there's something in his mind, and maybe if he braves Opal City, he might be able to actually find out more from a place that is not just his own cult, but he sort of buries his thought away and we go east.
Okay, is that the plan?
I think Herodias would pipe up saying, it's likely Shiva's people are also planning to gather up the pieces as fast as possible. They will likely head to the closest one as well. Perhaps we should go for one a bit further afield in the hopes that we could get there first.
I think we should go to the city so we can navigate better. Works out better in the long term, right?
If those Toka people know where they're going, why don't we ask them?
I don't think they're exactly amicable at the moment.
Right, because of the whole running away.
Pissing in the holy water.
Didn't happen. Yeah, if boss says we should go to the city, then we should go to the city.
Oh, that was me, so go to the city. I think boss said go
was
further.
that you? Oh, yeah, you said go to a further afield one.
Yeah.
Sorry, replace that for what I said.
It's just a suggestion. If anyone else disagrees, then
I think Adamas is going to raise his head a bit so you can actually see his eyes properly. We go east. Find it as soon as possible. And
I'm sorry, he said you're in charge of all of us.
This is my boat. And this is my messenger.
Yeah, you're going to be off your own boat in a second if you don't calm down.
Very well, we shall go east on one condition. What is your plan once we encounter Shiva's people again there?
We did as we have just done. And we move faster than them. We ignore them because they are irrelevant.
So you're just going to hope for another miracle of the skies to rain down and save us again?
I know that I will be guided towards where I am destined to be.
Wait, that was you that made the weather?
No, He's just a fool who believes in fate and destiny and chance and all those stupid things.
Well, if it works, if you can make the weather happen again.
What have I done? Anyway, yeah, as he's going to lower his head again and go towards east.
Is there at least like a bucket on the ship we could like chuck water at it for next time it pops up?
Have buckets been invented yet?
Yeah.
I'll take that away. We'll find out next week in our bucket adventure. Alright, we've done it, lads.
Awesome.
We did a whole D&D. An entire
We
one.
did one.
An entire D&D.
I'll see you next year for your next D&D.
Trans rights.
Thank you to Overclocked Remix for the music. We had Under Cerulean Skies by Earthkid, a remix of various songs from Chrono, and Final Ride by Level 99, a remix of Last Wave from OutRun. The episode artwork was by James Uren. Look out for an upcoming Degenesis campaign on the same feed if you're feeling apocalyptic. If you enjoyed the show, please tell your friends about us. It's the only way anyone will ever find out about the show, and we would appreciate it if you leave a rating or review on your podcast app of choice. If you want to support me directly, then wait until the solstice, and at midnight, whisper my name into the wind. Don't worry, I'll hear it.